Hi, I'm Adam. I'm here with my friend Gus on camera at the 2018 Pacific Northwest Lens Summit in beautiful Portland, Oregon. We're going to go meet with the biggest cinema lens manufacturers in the world, talking about vintage lenses, new technologies, and innovations for large format. Let's go check it out. We're at the Pacific Northwest Lens Summit at Koerner Camera in Portland, Oregon. I'm here talking with Chase from ARRI. He's going to talk to us about the new Alexa LF and the line of lenses that go with it. Hey, Chase.
Hey there. So new camera, right? We've got the new Alexa LF. Alexa large format, but what's also very exciting is we have a new family of lenses to go with it. So the lenses are called Signature Prime, and there's going to be a line of 16 lenses going from 12 all the way to 280 millimeters. So you're going to have a full selection of lenses at DP. They're all very fast, T1.8. They're very lightweight. They're made out of magnesium, so they're 30% lighter than their aluminum lens counterparts, about 2 pounds lighter than a Master Prime. So you have all your creative choices. They've got a lot of different focal lengths. They all use a new LPL mount, which is optimized for the large format. It's a bigger mount, so you have more room in there, and we also are shortening the focal flange to get higher performance lenses that are smaller and lighter than if we had to go with the 52 millimeter PL mount. So that's how they keep these guys small and lightweight and also better optical performance. In fact, they're fully telecentric lenses, which means all the light that enters the lens goes out and smacks the sensor exactly at a 90-degree angle, helping remove any color aberrations, chromatic aberration, and fringing that you would get with a larger mount and older film style lenses, for example.
When you get to the Academy Awards, the name is always ARRI, 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 ARRI. And for them to do a shift like this in the mount and lenses, that's not something to be taken lightly. They're really innovating right now. Can you talk about usage for this camera as opposed to some of the bigger studios now and some of the studios that have special requirements for cameras?
Right, yeah. So for example, let's say we had some customers that said, you know, I like the Alexa 65, but it's actually too much of a format for me to deal with in terms of lensing options, in terms of data rates, and I want a camera that's even maybe a little smaller, a little lighter, which this is. It's not quite as big and heavy as the 65, still a full-size camera, but those cinematographers said I want to use lenses that are for full frame, for example. That's my choice of lenses is quite greater in that respect. So this sensor kind of fits perfectly between a Super 35 format and the large 65 format, so it sits perfectly in between. And the big thing with this is it would be a great complement as a B camera to the 65, but of course it would be a fantastic A camera. And the great thing is because we haven't changed the sensor design, you can still use an Alexa Mini, a Lemira, Alexa Classic, XT, SXT, and they're all going to match in terms of the photo sight design itself, the same color rendition, low noise, and dynamic range. So we see a lot of productions that are really looking at the 65 for high-end theatrical, commercial, for example, production as well, where perhaps resolution is sometimes a bit of an issue. Maybe they need room for reframing or stabilizing and whatnot. You have a sensor that actually is 4.5K by about a little over 3K, 3.1K tall. So it's 3,096 pixels tall by 4,448 pixels wide. So it's a very large sensor in terms of photosight count.
This man knows his pixel numbers, or photosight numbers.
Photosight numbers, technically speaking, yes. Photosites that turn into pixel numbers. So it's basically essentially rounding up a little bit of 4.5K camera. That means it meets the requirements for any 4K deliverable right off the camera. So for example, Netflix has a mandate for their original production that it needs to be 4K capture in the camera. Well, this, in all three of its sensor modes, meets the Netflix requirements and is approved by Netflix in all three sensor modes in ProRes as well as ARRI RAW, because you can do both in terms of the codec settings in all those sensor modes. So you still have that flexibility with the sensor modes and codecs to shoot for a Netflix production with this camera.
Wow, and you're going to see a lot of these because I know the Alexa 65 is a rental-only camera,
right,
and it's a beast. It takes a lot of power to run that thing. Whereas this is going to be available for purchase, right?
Yeah, exactly, and that's the big difference. This is a purchase camera. It's going to be serviceable by the ARRI Global Network. We're going to have anything from owner-operators to rental houses purchasing the camera. And in terms of pricing, we haven't really increased it that much at all from the SXT, the previous Super 35 flagship camera, which we'll still make, but this one now is kind of the new flagship because of the larger format. But in terms of pricing, the price has not jumped significantly. A full package for this is a little over 100,000 US, which was the same as it was with the Alexa SXT Plus, SXTW as well.
So this is something we'll see in some rental houses. Besides this also having a larger sensor and a larger mount, an innovative new computational system inside. I know it can handle a lot of data. you want to talk about all these antennas on the back? And
Yeah,
there's something special about this camera that
it's all built
is
into
new.
one. That's the thing, is we figured we have a full-size studio camera. There's no need to make it any bigger in terms of adding external third-party boxes. So we have the Plus module that we've had since the Alexa Classic, which is our lens control, iris, focus, and zoom, as well as camera control, which is very unique from the WCU4 through this antenna. And then last year at NAB, we introduced in 2017, the Alexa SXTW, and that took the SXT and added the W part of it, which is these 4 antennas here, 2 sets of antennas. These 2 are for Wi-Fi, because we always wanted to add Wi-Fi to the full-size Alexa, because we had customers who had a Mini and an Amira telling us we want the Wi-Fi functionality in a full-size camera. So we thought, well, while we're at it, because we couldn't add it before, we'll add it with antennas externally so the signal actually gets out of the camera because of the construction difference. And you've got 2 Wi-Fi antennas here for Wi-Fi camera control, like your Mini, like your Amira. And these 2 in the back with this little module here is actually a 2,000-foot built-in wireless video system along the lines of a 2,000-foot Teradek or Paralinx. We're actually using Amimon boards, the same boards that Teradek and Paralinx are using, but we're using the newest generation 3 with custom ARRI hardware and software. It's very easy to set up. It's a 1-button push to pair on that side. You can turn it off if you don't want it in the menu, and it just mirrors video output 3. So whatever's set to video output 3, the same image comes out of this wireless video, up to 4 receivers with less than a 1-second display.
So whereas a lot of cameras have moved towards a modular design, you can show up on a production with this camera and you have everything ready to go. You have all your connections.
And you're good to go.
That's outstanding. Well, Chase, thank you so much for your time. This is the new Alexa LF with Chase from ARRI. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, guys.